Greetings, this is another game that I played on Lead Chess, and it's a very venomous Vienna game. The final outcome is very tactically flavorful, including probably flaws that you will find, but I thought you may find it interesting if you play the Vienna game. So let's get into it. The opponent is Raf 31, who's rated 1905, and I am in a race to get my 2000 back for those of you who know, and this is me at 1871. So let's just look and see what occurred here. The first move is e4, we have e6, we have knight to c3, knight to f6, g3. This is the modern variation. Of course, this is not the f4 line, and we have bishop to b4, knight g to e2, and he plays c5. I really don't like this move because it doesn't give this bishop here any route back to the king side. It is blocked by the pawn. So the next move in the position is bishop to g2. We have knight to c6, and I decide to castle in this position, just playing sound developing moves, getting my king out of the center of the board and preparing to develop my pieces. He castles. I play f4. We have d5. Now, in this variation, the objective here is for me to control d5. So I decide to fight for the square, first by gaining a tempo against the bishop, asking what is he going to do? Is he going to exchange the knight or move? He decides to move. I capture, the pawn captures, and I push to d4, and we have c4. And then I play f5 with the idea to bring this knight to this square and add some pressure to the pawn along with the bishop here and the other knight. So this is a target. So I fix the pawn first with the d4 move, and now I'm attempting to put pressure on it. He plays bishop to d7, and I bring my knight over to f4, adding the mentioned pressure. And well, being as there's three pieces on this now, he didn't want to exchange his bishop, which he probably should have taken his knight over here with the bishop here. Maybe that would have been a better opportunity, but because he didn't, we capture, and at this point I'm effectively up one pawn. Now this decision that he makes is really not a good one. This leads to probably a draw, but he doesn't want to take the draw, and he wants his piece back, understandably, but he doesn't get it. I bring the queen over. He pushes. Notice the pin here on the f7 pawn. There's the potential where this pawn could be captured if this pawn moves. If this pawn moves up and my rook is here, this pawn could get captured. So these are some tactical things to look at. Bishop goes to d8, and I bring my rook to e5, and here we're going back and forth, and he's 1905. I'm chasing my rating back, so I offer him the draw. He doesn't want to take it. He keeps chasing the rook, and this is what I was talking about. This does not help him. Rook takes pawn check, king goes to h7. There's another check due to this bishop here, which is also protecting the rook, and this is pretty much over. Once he steps here, this check, and we have finality. That was a very interesting and good game. This is what can happen in the Vienna game if you are not careful. I hope this is something that you can learn from. And this is Chess Optics saying, may your chess be the best. Peace.